Yo, how's it going, everybody? Welcome back to Danny Talks United. Hope you guys are all having a snowy day. It's snowing down here in London. I don't know about where you're at, but anyway, hope you're having a nice day. And today we're going to talk a little bit about INEOS's plan to slash the wage bill, the outrageous wage bill that is currently at Manchester United. This could involve a few high-earning players. But just before we get into this, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. You see that number? Let's get that number to 1,000. And I cannot do it without all of your amazing help. But anyway, let's talk about INEOS and their plan for the future moving forward when it comes to how we want to pay our players and the wage structure they're looking to do going forward. So it's been no secret now that Varane and Casemiro are up for sale. Now, there was an interview with Fabrizio Romano this morning, actually, and he did hint that this might happen in the summer, but if a good offer does come in during the January transfer window, which is right around now, guys, we could be seeing the likes of Rafael Varane and Casemiro headed to maybe back to, I don't know, maybe to Saudi Arabia, maybe to back to Spain, maybe the Bundesliga, who knows. But this all comes down to INEOS wanting to save money and reset our wage structure. We have players that are earning ridiculous amounts of money that aren't exactly, maybe their history suggests they should be earning that amount of money, but what they're doing now certainly doesn't amount to being that much money. You shouldn't make that much money doing what you are now, I guess. Like the performance doesn't warrant it. The injury concerns don't warrant it. But anyway, we're going to talk first about Casemiro. Casemiro earns nearly, I think, 400K per week at Manchester United, guys. That is a hell of a lot of money. And I think this is on top of paying £70 million for him over last summer, last-minute signing, emergency signing. Now, just so we get this out the way, Casemiro was not an Erik ten Hag signing. He was an emergency signing by the Glazers to get a proper CDM in. And now, his first year was certainly pretty good. Yeah, he missed quite a few games due to either injury, actually mainly red cards, not injuries. And this season has missed a lot of time due to injury. Does that really warrant him being paid nearly 400K? I'm not sure. Look, he's won, 5 Champions Leagues. He's been there, he's done that. So maybe his history does suggest that, but those kind of wages have really kind of fucked up our entire wage structure. It doesn't start with him. This started way back with the Alexis Sanchez deal where he got 400K and did fuck all. And now every player that comes in sees these wages, see how these guys are performing, and are asking for something similar. This is why we pay Anthony Martial 250K a week. Insanity. Rashford is on around 350K. Insanity. And now INEOS needs to work very, very hard at bringing that wage bill down. And if that means booting out some of the, probably, I won't lie, some of the best players at the club, then so be it, in my opinion. It needs to be done, and it needs to happen as soon as possible. This isn't, for me, this is not going to be a way to save money to go into transfers. For me, this is kind of like a way for when we do get players in, they can't go, well, that guy's making that much money. I want close to what he's making because I feel like I'm at that same caliber of player. Now they come in, they see what the top end wage is, which is probably no more than 250K is what we're trying to aim for, I believe. And that's okay with me. Now, Rafael Varane is also the same. I think he earns between 300 and 375 per week. I don't know the exact numbers. And considering, look, he's a Rolls-Royce defender when he can play. When he can play. This dude misses so many games. I know the last few weeks he's been in the team, but how many games since arriving at Manchester United has he honestly been here for? He was quite injury prone the first year he came here. I think last year he actually, kept it quite well, but this year in and out with injuries, whether it was injuries or being dropped, just issues going on. So We just have a load of players making over 250K per week without contributing to the team like that. And I'm not saying Varane and Casemiro aren't, but they're the highest earners. And if we want to bring that bill down, they've unfortunately got to go. Same with the likes of Anthony Martial, dude. That guy gets paid 250K per week. For doing what? Because he was the Glazers' puppet? He was like the Glazers were his biggest fans, guys. And that's, I think, why they kept on to him and gave him that amount of money. Now, one of my bigger concerns outside of Raphael Varane and Casemiro is Marcus Rashford. Marcus Rashford is around 350K per week. Look, he scored 30 goals last season. And now I think most people realize he was doing that to get this kind of money. But now it seems like he's got this money and he's throwing his toys out of the pram. He's kind of unhappy with what the manager's been doing. He's kind of, for me, just not putting in the total effort. And it comes across like, oh, you've got the money, so who cares now, right? Why should you care about playing and doing that? So I think, now I don't know how you approach this, to be honest. It's quite difficult, but I think Jim Ratcliffe, Dave Brailsford need to come in. The INEOS team need to come in, sit down with Marcus Rashford and rework that contract. Whether it's putting him down to the top end of what we want, like a 250K per week, and including some performance incentives, I don't know. But that's the way I'd go. And if he's unhappy about that, I'm calling up PSG, I'm calling up Saudi, I'm calling up other teams to see if they're willing to take him on, because he just gets paid way too much for the effort he puts in my opinion. I love Marcus, dude. Marcus is a sick player, but sometimes I just feel like he just makes it more about himself, and it just doesn't really fly with me. So I would come in, they're going to be doing their assessments, watch Marcus Rashford, see what he does the second half of the season, and then bring him in, rework, bring it down to 250K per week. And if he wants to earn that extra 100K per week, or get a bonus that will get him that same amount of money, he needs to perform. Whether it's a goals tally, an assist tally, an appearance tally, you could put even like you could put in a ton of different performance incentives. But just being paid 350K outright, I feel like has really killed either his motivation or, I don't know, something is just not right with Marcus Rashford. So that's just what I would do. Performance-based contracts now should be the way forward. Stop paying these players well over 300 and 350K per week when they don't warrant that price. Not many other clubs do that. I think Liverpool maybe have done it with Salah. You've got Erling Haaland, but look at what these players have done and the consistency they have. And our players don't really have that. So I know a lot of people, I've seen a lot of channels upset about us potentially selling Casemiro and Varane because they're some of our best players. But if we want to move forward as a club and stop wasting money, these are the moves we're going to have to make. It's going to be painful. It's not going to be enjoyable, but it's pain for the long-term gain, you could say. So anyway, guys, that's all I wanted to talk about today, is about INEOS's plans to slash our massive wage bill. Oh, yeah, and Jadon Sancho, he makes 350K, but look, he's going out in the summer. I believe he'll be sold as well. But this ain't about Jadon Sancho. We've talked enough about him. Anyway, the INEOS coming in, slashing that bill, and making it more affordable to bring more players in, and hopefully giving them performance incentive contracts to make them perform better on the pitch. We'll see how this goes, but for me, that's kind of a positive thing. Let me know how you feel down below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I will see you guys all on the next one. Later.